All right, this is an update. I believe I did this story when it was first appeared. I just don't remember when. But here we go. Update. Cop who fatally shot 14-year-old bystander escapes charges. Yep. No charges for cop who fatally shot a 14-year-old girl. Yeah. And that's wrong. It's bullcrap.
This is an update. No charges for the cop who fatally shot a 14-year-old. I'm going to bring you to a reminder of that shooting. And the update, it is going to make your blood boil. Here it is.
Here it is. You ready? Brace yourself.
Victim down! Victim down! Hey, slow down, slow down. Let me take point with the rifle. Hey, back up. Get out. He's going to two. You got it? You got it? Yeah. Okay. Where? He's hitting right on the right hand side. Hey, she's bleeding. She's bleeding. Hold up. I got it. Shots fired. Hey, hands up.
With millions watching, put up the picture.
Here it is.
Per Cal Matters, the California Justice Department announced Wednesday that it has found no cause to file charges against Los Angeles Police Department officer William Jones on the left, who, while aiming at a suspect, 29-year-old Danielle Alina Lopez on the right, shot and killed 14-year-old Valentina Orleana Peralta in the center, who was hiding in a department store fitting room. The probe fell under the State Justice Department's 2-year-old program that investigates fatal police shootings of unarmed individuals. Let's put up a picture of the 14-year-old, because this 14-year-old was simply trying to be safe. She was picking out a dress with a mother just before Christmas.
Wow.
This was in 2021. We covered it back then.
Oh, it's right. Just about
when she was shot and killed by a bullet that ricocheted off the floor, she reportedly died in her mother's arms.
Wow. Unreal.
A recap of the incident shows that in December 23rd, 2021, right before Christmas, a shooting began with a 911 call about a man striking people with a metal bike lock at a Burlington coat factory store. Store surveillance footage showed Lopez bringing his bicycle into the store and assaulting at least 3 women with a U-shaped lock. He left the store and returned 90 seconds later, where he found a woman pushing a shopping cart. The footage from the body cam worn by the officers shows him striking her multiple times as she attempts to crawl away. Then he drags her toward the dressing rooms. At least 10 Los Angeles police officers can be seen on the footage walking toward Lopez. According to body camera footage, Jones saw the woman lying on the floor, her face covered in blood. Another officer can be heard yelling for Jones to slow down. Hold up, Jones. Jones replied, "She's bleeding," before then looking up to see Lopez and then firing 3 times. If you listen to his part, if you would have listened, this may not have happened. Fatally wounding. Lopez falls to the ground, fatally wounded, falls to the ground as the cries of the mother can be heard coming from the dressing room shortly after the gunfire. That is the mother you hear in the background crying hysterically. The evidence shows that Officer Jones likely believed he was acting in self-defense or defense of others. The Justice Department concluded in its analysis, quote, "This killing appears to have been unintended and unforeseeable. Multiple officers told Jones to slow down as he advanced through the department store," according to the body-worn camera footage provided by the Los Angeles Police Department. Now, before I continue, I want you to understand clearly what the argument was from day one. The argument was never that he committed premeditated malice murder. That was never the argument. The argument was never that he committed premeditated malice murder.
Yeah, he did.
The argument was that he was so reckless in his conscious conduct that he knew or should have known that something like this can happen inside of a department store.
And knowing the fact was, when you're a department store like that, there are customers and people shopping like that. He should have been very wary of his surround, that knowing that people could have gone around, knowing that bullets could have ricocheted off a wall, off the ground, or off the ceiling like that. Knowing the fact that there could be people in the dressing room or adjacent around the store as well. He should have known better than that, but he didn't.
Or if you fire a high-powered
profile
rifle, gun, inside of a department store, things like this can happen. He knew or should have known. And if he knew or should have known this, that means that his actions were grossly negligent.
Kind of like, remember many years ago, I think it was about 4, maybe 5 years ago, I don't remember exactly, but way back then, when that armed security guard that was protecting the synagogues, that Free Potato was doing the First Amendment audit when she was on the public sidewalk, and that security guard brandished a gun, shot the ground, and struck Free Potato leg. That's negligent right there. He knew what he was doing. He fired the ground, but the bullet ricocheted and it struck her in the leg.
Criminally negligent. Homicide.
Yes. Homicide
was what we were looking for in order to garner justice for this child who was killed right before Christmas. Okay? Now, he's not being held accountable. The Justice Department has said in his local jurisdiction, he likely did not know the danger involved in shooting this weapon inside of this store with all of these people around. There's more. Los Angeles officer Jordan Head had a 40-millimeter bean bag gun, but before he could aim it,
why did he use a beanbag gun?
Jones,
not a deadly gun,
decided to fire his AR-15 instead 3 times. Head did not discharge the 40-millimeter launcher because before he could aim, rounds were already fired and the suspect fell to the ground, and there was no longer an immediate threat, according to the Justice Department analysis of the shooting. Now, what do we have so far? We have other officers who are looking at the entire situation in context, and they are saying, in order to properly dismiss this threat, we have to use non-lethal force or these non-lethal weapons in order to ensure what? That you don't kill somebody else by firing a firearm inside of Burlington damn coat factory. There's more. Officer Michael Mazer, who assumed command of the scene on arrival, told Jones, slow down. Jones was moving too fast, advancing beyond the backup multiple times, and at some point later told Head, it's effed up. He said this, it's effed up. We tried to slow it down. Mazur later explained his comment as referring to an emotional release of a very violent crime scene. No, sir, you were trying to slow down the officer who ended up killing the child. That's what you were talking about. It's effed up that he decided to break command, that he decided to not listen to his protocol and his backup, that he decided to engage in lethal weaponry combat rather than a non-lethal option
like
as his partner had. It is sad. But your utterance, sir, is well noted, regardless of how you try to spin it later for the sake of blue. That's my opinion of you. Put it up full mass. State Attorney General Rob Bonta remarked on the decision, quote,
yes, it's a shame that he got protected and back up the blue.
Was a particularly challenging one to process.
This is why we need a bullet squad on immunity.
The loss of 2 lives. Any loss of life is a tragedy. And my heart goes out especially to the family of Valentina, who tragically lost her life and whose only involvement in this incident was being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The Justice Department program has closed 8 police shooting cases since July 2021. It has not recommended charges against officers in any of these cases. There are 46 cases still open, the oldest one dating back to August 2022. Attorney General, you don't have a great track record here. You don't have a great track record of successfully prosecuting individuals who have shot and killed unarmed people. Remember, these are specific shootings dealing with cops who shoot unarmed individuals. That is the specific focus of this particular department. hell of a thing. All right. Just the thoughts here.
Yeah, accidents happen, which is exactly why we want less firearms in the world. We all know that there are risks involved with guns, and unfortunately, those risks include death or severe injury of innocent people. And more guns does not solve that problem. In this case, the girl was not a criminal. She was 14 years old. She was a casualty of gun culture and an over-policed society. And even in the cases where the cop is genuinely trying to do all the right things and follow all of the protocols, the fact of the matter is that human beings cannot be counted on to prevent these accidents from happening, especially when those human beings are under duress themselves. I don't care how much training they have. If we were capable of preventing these accidents, we would have seen a reduction in them and we would see less cover-ups. And when these so-called accidents do occur, there are no penalties. Very rarely are there penalties, meaning there's no change in behavior. Maybe the cop himself, whoever the cop is, the individual, gets some kind of mental health leave or additional training, but all of that happens after a 14-year-old girl has already been killed. So the problem is not necessarily with the individual cop. The problem is a flawed system of policing. There's a reason why these stories are so uniquely American.
That's crazy as well. You know, and the people, you know, especially the pro-blue line, like the fraud dweeb, the people that back the blue, like, well, it's unfortunate she's dead, but you know what? Life goes on. It is what it is. No. Fuck that shit. An innocent 14-year-old girl died. And he's supposed to say, well, it is what it is. Oh, well, I guess we should still just back the blue. No, it's crazy as well. How are you supposed to sit there and say, oh, it's an accident. Oh, it's a mistake. No. That's not a mistake. For a grown-ass man to rape a child or a female, that's not a mistake. Killing a human being is not a mistake. It's another case I have to fuck the cops say, fuck the police. All right, I'm out of here. My job. Peace out.